This is Dave's Had Enough 187. This is a video to do with Nintendo gamers accept Microsoft, but not Sony. Dave's Had Enough rant. I'm lost. And another video from Dave. And yeah, pretty much you've been getting a lot of rant videos lately, because, with PSN being down. And then when I was watching, like what people were getting for Christmas and stuff, I see a lot of Nintendo gamers going with Microsoft. And, as much as a lot of these motherfuckers hate Sony so much, they choose Microsoft. Like, they go with the Xbox One. Does this make sense to me? This don't make any sense to me. So, you hate Sony because, they're supposedly greedy, and, you hate their fan base and all that shit. But you're going with a company that tried to start DRM, tried to have mandatory online gaming, like where you had to be online all the time, and literally is one of the greediest companies out there on the fucking market. But it's okay. Like, even look at the games that come out of, like, a Microsoft console. Like, the only one I could see that you guys really like is Killer Instinct and Sunset Overdrive. But those franchises, is Killer Instinct going to be on, the Microsoft console forever? Who knows, Like, Sony at least has, like, franchises like PlayStation All-Stars, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, you would think you would like those games more than what's to offer on a Microsoft when they're really mainly pushing Halo and, like, Gears of War, We haven't, there hasn't been that I know of, any Gears of War confirmed, but, like, to me it looks like Microsoft has more first-person shooters on their console than anything, And it's just weird. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I'm lost. Like, I was watching Level-Headed Gamer's video, and he got an Xbox One for Christmas. And he was complaining that, it took so long for these games to install on Christmas. Like, that's one thing about Sony. Like, I don't know whether he was saying that he couldn't even play the games because of the online was so fucked up. Like, it was only letting them install it real slowly or whatever. From what I know with Sony, I can just pop a fucking game in and play. I don't have to have no online to do nothing. It'll update the game, but it's going to let me play it before, any of the updates. I don't have to have the update. I don't have to connect the, the PS4 to online to play it that I ever seen. I never went through that. But I guess Microsoft, you have to... See, Old Dirty... See, this is the thing what I try to say in my other video. Like, I don't know whether to take this guy's word for what he's saying. I don't know, because he's all about Nintendo and really don't give two shits about Microsoft or Sony. When you got a fan base on here that literally, cheers up one console, they usually tend to fucking say things about the other console that isn't true. Like, we all see Next Gen 720. He hates fucking Sony, and the PS4, but he'll go out and buy one just to down the damn thing. So I don't know if this guy Levelhead is literally going out to buy a Microsoft console to just fucking down it. I don't know. Like, he's complaining he couldn't play games for, like, it took forever for him to play a game on Christmas because of install. But then I talked to Old Dirty that his nephew was playing the games like nothing. He just popped the game in and it was installing in the background and he was able to play. So, whose advice am I going to take? Old Dirty I talk to on a daily basis. Like, Levelhead, from what I've seen from him, all he cares about is Nintendo. I was surprised he even went out and bought an Xbox One. I know he's been saying he's going to buy an Xbox One, PS4 in the future, but the way they talk about Microsoft and Sony, as he is a Nintendo gamer, I wouldn't take his word on anything on Microsoft and Sony. But what if he's telling the truth? Like, why would you want that? When Sony, you could just go out and get a game and pop it in, and you're okay with this with Microsoft, just because it has maybe Killer Instinct, something that was on Nintendo consoles years ago, Look what they all got coming in the future of Microsoft. Quantum Break, Halo 5, those games I don't see Nintendo gamers really caring for or playing, Just saying. I don't know. That's just me. I'm lost on it. But That pretty much, I don't understand why a lot of these Nintendo gamers I'm noticing on YouTube, they all accept Microsoft, one of the most greediest companies out there, tried to pull DRM, mandatory online, you know, pretty much is all about their wallet, you know, but they'll just be, is it just because they hate Sony's fan base? I mean, you gotta really look at things. When you go online, I don't really game, like, I game with the people I know off of YouTube and stuff, but there's other people that, you know, I game with that don't know nothing about YouTube, that don't sit there and talk about the console wars. Like, I hope people just aren't really basing everything on fucking YouTube. Just because you're in YouTube, you think that's how it is everywhere. It's not like that, you know, it's not. You know, there's people, like, that I know in the real, like how the Clown Meat used to say it, to where they don't even know this console war. They never even heard of it. You know, they like Microsoft Xbox One because they like the console. They play on the PS4 because they like the console. But they're not sitting there bashing the other console and saying it's shit like you hear on YouTube. Like, it's crazy because when you're on YouTube, you really can't take anybody's fucking advice, really. Like, I'll take their advice about the console that they like, but when they talk about other consoles, I can't really listen to them. Because you don't know whether they're just, you know, talking down a console just to make theirs look better. I mean, literally, we have seen people go out and buy a console that they hate and just buy it to bash it. So I don't know, like I said, if Levelhead went out and bought the Xbox One just to make it look bad on, you know, when he got it, oh, this thing don't play or whatever, and then I talked to Old Dirty, and his nephew's actually playing his Xbox, you know, Xbox One right when he gets it. So you get my point, and mainly this video is about, you know, I threw some other stuff in there, it's mainly about why do Nintendo gamers accept Microsoft but not Sony? Is it the fan base? And like I said, outside of YouTube, everything's different. This is just in this little mainly, it's just in this little fucked up community where this all goes on. I hope you all see that. Some people don't realize this shit, but when you're wrapped around a certain thing a long time, you start to think it's like that everywhere. Get what I'm saying? Follow me on this? It's different outside the box of YouTube. You know, you go to GameStop sometimes and people, you know, they like Nintendo, they like Microsoft, they like all of them. You know, they're not sitting there having a console war. Have I gone into GameStop and seen a console war? Yeah. I've seen people yelling about each console, but you don't see that as much as you see as somebody that likes Microsoft for what they are, you know, and likes Sony too. You know, I see that a lot too. You know, a lot of people don't follow YouTube. It's mainly this community that's fucked up. You got all these people on one console that love that console and, you know, cheer it up. Like, if I was to go buy like, say I watched Furious Fanboy and I watched nothing else, didn't watch anybody, I would think the Wii U's fucking winning. I would think that the Wii U is the best console out there, and fucking Sony and Microsoft are struggling with the PS4 and Xbox One compared to the Nintendo. Like, just think of this shit, man. And girls. You know, it's fucking crazy. But I really want to know, why does Nintendo gamers accept Microsoft more than they accept Sony? Is it just because of the fan base? Or I'm lost. Please tell me in the comment section. You know, there is people going out there that like Microsoft. You know, there's Nintendo gamers that, you know, do like Microsoft, that are buying a Microsoft console, or they like Sony too. Like, I'm just putting that out there. I see more people choosing a Microsoft console for their, you know, for their third-party games and everything else if they're on only a Nintendo console, just because they don't like the Sony fan base. But is that the main reason? Like, you're going to buy something just because you don't like a fan base? You know, there's people online that don't talk about this console war, that don't have a clue. There's actual people I've talked to on Sony, you know, PSN, that have a Microsoft Xbox One and like it, and play on it too. You know, it's not just, you gotta think outside of fucking YouTube, guys. It's not all just this, and it's not even just it's not YouTube, it's this fucking community. The crumb side, the ghetto side, whatever you want to call it. It's this community where all this hate for consoles come to play, and them liking this console more and hating the other one. It's all hate. There's a lot of hate in this community. A lot of hate and a lot of biased shit in this community. Just saying. But that's my rant video. That'll be the last one for a little while. I just want, it's something I've been wanting to do. I've done rant videos in the past, but I just named it Dave's Had Enough Rant. But yeah, I had a lot of rant videos, and it sucks I had to do one on Christmas. I didn't want to do one of all days on Christmas, but yeah, tell me in the comments section, do you guys see what I'm seeing? Like, a lot of Nintendo gamers will choose Microsoft, but they don't like Sony? Is it just because of the fan base? I don't know. I don't follow this. And tell me about, like, how, do you feel the same way if you see some guy bashing a console, like Next Gen 720, you know, bashing a console? Can you take his advice on Sony when he says something? I can't. You know, like Levelhead Gamer, I'm not putting him out there, but the dude's a Nintendo gamer. He fucking preaches Nintendo. I think he's a preacher in real life. He applies it to Nintendo and preaches Nintendo. Like how crazy is that? Like, that's fucking nuts. But, you know, I don't know whether the dude went out and bought an Xbox One and is just belittling it just because he's a Nintendo gamer and he just wants to make Microsoft look bad. We've seen these cases, but he could be telling the truth. I don't know. But when I talked to Old Dirty, his nephew was able to play the, you know, his Xbox One and Call of Duty and all that, and while it installed in the background. Like, Levelhead was saying, I had the physical disc, you know. But like Old Dirty told me, he's like, you know, they had got the physical disc of whatever, Call of Duty or whatever, and he played it. It was downloaded in the background while he played it. So I don't know. I take Old Dirty's word because I talk to the dude all the time. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. Some people, you just can't take their word. Like, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because I talk to the dude all the time, you know. I don't think he's going to lie to me, but, you know, I don't think so. But anyways, leave your comments in the comments section. I know this rant was a little bit all over the place, but it addressed a lot of things I wanted to address with this topic. More videos to come, and look forward to the Dave's Had Enough show tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow at probably 7 my time. It's 6:15 here now. 7 tomorrow my time. I'm going to do the Dave's Had Enough show. Or maybe 6. 6 will be better. Alright, thank you guys for watching. More videos come. Thank you, YouTube.